Hello everyone, welcome back to Life in Bloom by Janelle Bloom. Please like and subscribe. Is that what I'm supposed to say? Or like this video and subscribe to my channel because this is the place that you want to be if you are very intent on having it all, whatever having it all means for you. Whatever your desires are, my desire is for you to have it, and I'm really just here to provide you with some inspiration and some tools as you go about making that happen, while also just sharing some tidbits of, my own journey. So one of the things that we're gonna have to become really well, I'm very comfortable with it. If you're not, you're going to once you hang around here long enough. Money. Okay, it can be a very uncomfortable subject for a lot of people, but being here in the Life in Bloom space, and definitely in Janelle's space, talking about money and getting comfortable with money is part of the journey, because whatever we desire, whatever having it all looks like for us, requires money. So whether your version of having it all is, the standard, having the big house and the cars and the kids in private school and all those things, that requires money. Or even if you're like, I don't even want that, and what I truly desire is to live in an RV and travel around full time, that still requires money, because you still got to buy the RV, you got to be able to gas that thing up, and you're going to need money for food. You're going to want to also enjoy the experience as much as possible by like sightseeing and going to different things. That requires money too. Even if you want to go live off grid, that requires money just to like do the initial setup. Okay, money it's just a requirement. It just is. Okay, so I really want you to get very comfortable talking about money, learning about money, and making just really getting comfortable with money, making it your best friend, and realizing that loving money and prioritizing it is not actually a bad thing. It actually makes you quite smart, because like, you should be very empowered about it, very educated about it, and just open, because that's how it all flows in. So anyway, I am going to recommend some books that you must read on your journey to creating wealth and also sustaining it, right? Because we're going to talk about a lot of rich girl things here, a lot of wealthy woman things here on this channel. And what is the point of us talking about those things if the subject makes you uncomfortable, or you're like, dang, like that looks cute, love that for you, but that could never happen for me? We don't want to be there. So I'm going to give you some books that you need to read. And I also need you to know this about me. I am a bibliophile, so I love books. I am always reading. I don't care what you're going through. I am the person who's like, I got a book you need to read for that. And then you read the book and then your life changes. So trust me, okay? I know some stuff. All right, so we're gonna go over, I wanna say it's 7 books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the other one I don't have here with me, because I just listened to it on audio now. So actually, let's talk about that one first. All right, so we're going to talk about 7 books to read to either start or sustain your wealth journey. Okay, so the first book is actually The Science of Getting Rich. So funny story about this. My mom gave me this book. I can't remember how old I was, but she literally found it in the trash. Don't ask why she was in the trash. Anyway, so she gives me the book, and I'm like, you got this from where? Okay, because the same way you're concerned right now is the same way I was concerned, but again, we're not gonna go into the detail. Anyway, she was like, yeah, I just felt like this is a book that you needed to read. So I was like, okay, sis, like, whatever. And when I say it was in the trash, like, it didn't like smell like trash or like have like stuff on it. It was in like, it was in clean trash, if that's a thing. It doesn't matter. Okay, so she gives me the book. I, add it to my collection of all the books that I have, because again, I have lots of books. And I didn't read it. But then I went through this phase where I was like, oh my gosh, I have to become successful. I need to figure out how to make money. I need to figure this out. This version of my life that I'm living is just, I know that it's not me, you know? And so I became obsessed with reading biographies of very successful people, just, you know, going through all these books, trying to find the secret, like the special sauce to being successful. What is it? Okay, because I need that. And in so many of the books that I read, the authors would mention the science of getting rich. And after a couple of those, after a while, I was like, oh my gosh, I have that book. And then that's when I finally read it. So the science of getting rich is amazing because it literally gives you the step by step formula of attracting more money into your world. I'm actually rereading it at this moment because I just it's always good to have a refresher, right? I don't have the physical copy with me here. I don't even know where it is, but I actually listened to the audio. Most of these books that I'm going to show you, I have the book and the audio because I like to play these types of books as I'm falling asleep and let it play while I'm sleeping, because that is when your brain is most malleable. You can literally like rearrange and reprogram your brain. And especially when it comes to money, it requires a lot of reprogramming. So the science of getting rich. Another one that you must read is Outwitting the Devil. This is by Napoleon Hill. Outwitting the Devil. Actually, they mentioned Think and Grow Rich on here, which is also a good one. That's a good one too. I wasn't going to talk about it, but that's a bonus. Think and Grow Rich, another good one. Also by Napoleon Hill, who wrote this book, Outwitting the Devil. So I love Outwitting the Devil because what it does is it makes you realize that a lot of the, and we'll just call them excuses, that you have created in your mind as, you know, as to why you can't achieve the level of success or wealth that you desire, it makes you realize that none of those things actually matter. Like, whatever adversity you have gone through, and not to say that, you know, those things haven't had a strong effect on you, but despite what has happened in your past and despite what life might be like today, if you feel like you're not where you desire to be, it doesn't mean that tomorrow cannot be totally different if you make a decision to do things in a very specific way, especially using the science of getting rich. But yeah, you know, talking about like fear, procrastination, learning from your adversity, being intentional about your environment, just all of these things, it really just breaks down to you. Like, I mean, that's really the devil, right? Like, we like to make the devil out to be like a whole other thing. But what if the devil is really just your lower self? Like, you know, the part of yourself that always feels like you have till tomorrow to do something, or you're not gonna try as hard, or you're not gonna do this, you're not gonna do that, you can't because of this. Like, that voice that speaks to you and tells you that, what if that's the devil? Just think about it. Anyway, you want to read this? Okay, then we're gonna move on to, oh no, do we need this? I don't know. Okay, so these are both by Florence Scovel Shinn. Did I need both of these? Maybe. Okay, we're going to talk about both. The Game of Life and How to Play It. It is this big, y'all. Okay? She was sharing with me that she went like 90 days only listening to this. Like, nothing else. And her life changed dramatically after that. But, you know, the real gem about this book, I mean, there's so many. Similar to the Science of Getting Rich, you can find it like on iTunes, not even iTunes, like the little podcast area. You can listen to it for free in there. I'm pretty sure even here on YouTube, you can find these for free. But what this really just helps to anchor in is the fact that whatever you ask for is available. There's a supply for every single demand, right? So like there's something I highlighted here. Man must prepare for the thing he asks for when there isn't the slightest sign of it in sight. Like, and I kind of talked about this a little bit on my 10-year challenge. Just like holding on to my vision of what I knew my life could be, no matter what it looked like in the present, is part of what helped my life to change so drastically. A lot of times when we don't, you know, like when we look around, it's just like, I don't even see how this is possible. And if you just prepare for what you ask for, no matter what your world around you looks and feels like, I'm telling you, it's part of what brings it in. So even with money, you know, you're looking to call in some more money, it's not that far-fetched. Even if you've never had the amount of money that you're asking for in your life, there is a supply for every demand, and you need to prepare for that. Especially if like you're looking to call in money for a particular thing, like something urgent that's right in front of you, knowing that it's going to come through for you no matter what, no matter how little time you think you have, or how little resources you think you have, or oh my God, I don't even know how this is going to work out. There's a supply for every demand. And although this is not a money book per se, this is just really going to help you to be in that space of receiving and knowing that what you ask for is on its way. Also by Florence Scovel Shinn, The Power of the Spoken Word. People love to discount how powerful saying something is, right? But you got to understand, it's literally in the Bible that there is life and death in the tongue. Whatever you say shall be. You know, sometimes you'll say things. I mean, okay, let's think about it, right? How many times have you just said something and it happened, right? I don't think that most people take their words seriously enough. And so what ends up happening is you will joke your way into a really messed up situation, or even, man, just having some conversation that's literally calling in the very thing that you don't desire. But because of what you are saying and the feeling that you're putting behind it, you call in the very thing that you don't even want. So you really have to be mindful about your words. A lot of things you think you're saying in jest, and you know, the universe, the things that form our reality and create our reality every day, is responding to exactly what you're saying. It doesn't know that you're joking. So when you are calling yourself broke, saying that there are no, you know, there's no one available for you if manifesting or calling in a relationship or marriage or whatever, saying that there's no one out there for you, saying that all people are this, all people are that, I will never, I can't, I am. Oh, especially the I am statements. Those are the most powerful. You got to watch your words. So because we're talking about money specifically in this video, you know, be mindful of what you're saying out loud, or even what you're saying to yourself, really, about money. What are the conversations that you have about money? Are the conversations that you're having about money making money want to come hang out with you? Or are these conversations that money would be like, you know what, actually, I'm good over here. I'm not going over there because she don't even really want me like she says she does, but it don't really sound like it. Are your words contradictory to what you are saying you really want to call in? If you are saying you want to be wealthy, what does your spoken word really say? What's the energy behind your spoken word? Got to be mindful of that. And speaking of, because I know I got a little like quantum physics-y talking about like the universe and those things. This book is part of my daily ritual. A Happy Pocket Full of Money. This book really changed my life, you all, and I do not go a day without either reading it or listening to it. Anywhere I go, you will find this book in my purse. No matter how many times I switch out my purses, this book is in there, and I'm also listening to my audio every day. So this book I love because, again, people like to discount all of these things, you know, saying that your words don't mean anything, saying that manifestation isn't real, blah, 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 blah. Shut the hell up, because you don't know what you're talking about. Because literally, quantum physics proves that our reality, because we all live in a different version of reality, and I'm sure you have seen that over the last 2 years, especially on Facebook. Our reality is literally formed by the images in our heads, right? Which ultimately that's gonna affect our spoken word, right? But our reality is really a reflection of what we believe is truly possible for us, and the images that we hold in our mind that we are like, okay, yeah, this is mine, this can happen, right? So literally everything you see, if you put everything under a microscope, there are, you know, molecules and atoms and all the things. I don't want to get too sciencey on you. I know sciencey is not really a word. But all of this is formed based on your beliefs. I might even do like a full video just on this one book alone, because I can talk about this for days. Like, this is... But when you start to understand that, the level of self-responsibility that you get as a result will make you realize that you literally have every single thing inside of you to make all of this different. Everything around you, you can make it different. And everything you need to make it happen is already within you. And the most powerful thing, you were born with it. The most powerful manifestation tool ever, you were born with. And that is your brain. Anyway, moving on, because this phone is, not the phone, camera's about to die or something. Rich Bitch, you want to read. This is just great for financial literacy. It doesn't make sense to manifest a whole lot of things or call in a lot of wealth and you don't even know what the hell you're doing. So what I love about this book more than anything else is the glossary in the back, so that you can learn some financial tools that are really going to empower you and help you to feel, again, part of the creating wealth is education. This is a great book for the education piece, whereas like a lot of the other, well, we touched on some science stuff, we touched on some like, you know, spiritual things, but this is like straight up education, just learning these terms so that you're not, you know, feeling intimidated. You know, what is microeconomics? What's a money market account? What does a qualified account mean? What's preferred stock? What does risk averse mean? What is variable annuity? Like, you know what I mean? Just knowing your things. And then last but not least, The Power of the Imagination by Neville Goddard. I mean, Neville is, when it comes to all things manifestation, and as I mentioned, you know, the most powerful tool that you need to change your life, you already have, is your brain. And I talked about with the, oh my God, I'm drawing a blank because I'm trying to rush. With the Happy Pocket Full of Money, is that it's the images in your head that literally end up forming the subatomic particles around you that form the things that are in your reality. So the power of the imagination really helps you to use your brain to control all of this. Okay? You literally have like the tool to make anything happen. So those are the books that I would recommend that you read to increase your wealth, just from all angles, whether it's literally from a practical standpoint, like just becoming more financially literate, to learning how to use this thing up here, because this controls everything. Literally learning how your reality is formed, even down to your bank account, watching your words, shutting the F up with your excuses about why you can't do stuff, and realizing that whatever you want is possible, okay? Just do it, because for every demand, God, the universe, whoever you believe in, is just like, yeah, I can give it to you. The only thing that's standing between when you receive that thing and if you receive that thing is you. All right, so let me know if you've read any of these books. Let me know if you have any questions, and let's have a conversation in the comments. But if you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it, be sure to subscribe to my channel, and I'm just really looking forward to having more money conversations with you and more book stuff too. All right, y'all, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.